Okay, yeah, let's have everybody settle down. Settle down, please. Thank you. Guys, today, please join us in the main room. Okay, so yeah, welcome. It's 4:01 at the moment, so we can kick off our weekly wins event for today. I know everyone is excited. Um, yes, cool, wonderful. So our agenda remains the same. Nothing special goes on. This week we will not be singing any song. We will not be celebrating anything. So we're just going to be going over the same old, same old. We will be sharing some personal wins. Emre will be giving us organizational updates, HR updates, education, communications, product, and then finally Core Dev and G4 project will follow. For second generation Core Dev, should I say? Guys, settle down, please. Shh. Thank you so much. All right, cool. So yeah, we can kick it off with the personal wins. So who can we have for our personal wins? Where is Kimbon? It's good that he's not here. Okay, we had something going on. Okay, do we have any volunteers to share some of the things that's been happening throughout the week? Galila, how are you doing? I don't think I've ever nominated you to come out here. So how about you come here, share with us some of the wins, some of the exciting stuff that's been going on throughout the week. It can be food. Please don't say you don't have anything. Just what happened?
Well, it was Monday and it's Friday. I don't know what happened.
Monday and then it's Friday before you know it. Actually, the week is going really
Yeah.
fast, isn't it? Hasn't been raining this week, but what else happened, Galila?
Uh,
G5 stopped their
yeah,
education.
it's more of a loss. So we're not doing the education for AIT anymore. So that's why you see us around here.
So as an organization, it might be considered a loss, but on a personal note,
I mean, I love teaching, so like it's a
Do
lot
you
for
though?
me to. Yes.
Okay.
Why would I be here?
Alright, that's wonderful. What do you guys do throughout the week though here? If there is no education, if you guys are not coaching anybody.
Well, we're preparing for Camp 2, and also there are some things that needs to be done for like the application process, like resume polishing, and also preparing the application tracking sheets, so on.
Stuff like that. So you guys don't just be chilling with your PCs
No, we
watching
don't.
YouTube and
Like,
slacking some people and stuff.
no,
That does not happen.
those are assumptions made by, I don't know, maybe you.
Just me.
You
Alright.
You're the one that
So
said.
let's keep it that way. Okay, guys, yeah, let's have you nominate someone.
Aldous.
Paul. You've been nominated for personal wins, Paul. Come. By the way, there is a new special episode of A2SV Answers where we're featuring Paul in the video. It's actually a very hilarious video. We will be releasing it one of these days. Like I don't know, maybe on Saturday. We don't really post on Sundays, but you guys might see some content coming from me and Paul on Monday. Definitely. Paul, what happened throughout the week?
Yeah, so there was the video.
It's actually a funny one. Did you get a chance to see it?
No.
Yeah, I worked on it. It turned out really funny. It has that humorous aspect of it. So you'll check it out. But what else happened? Let me know.
Nothing much as far as I know. Yeah, there was a lot of work this week. Yeah.
I feel like you bought some new outfits because these days I've always been like Zalbo, for example. Where is Zalbo? Zalbo always looks nice, by the way, Monday to Sunday. Look at him on a Thursday midnight. Back when we were in 4K dorm, I look at him, it's midnight, way past midnight actually. You can find Zalbo wearing a suit, or a very kick-ass hoodie or stuff like that. And then Paul, I feel like you're following the same footsteps. You always look fly, right? Right? That's really, really good. Cool there, Paul.
Yeah, I'm trying my best not to blush right now, but thank you.
What do we notice though?
Yeah.
All right, Paul. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, nomination. I forgot. Wow, gladly. Betty. He did not even waste a second. Betty. So Betty is going to be our last person to give the personal wins, and then after that we'll go towards the organizational update. So Betty, what you been up to this week? What's been happening?
Unfortunately, nothing much.
Yeah. Very unfortunate for most of you guys, actually. By the way, I feel like that's happening because you guys are put on a spotlight here. Because when you guys are faced with a lot of people, maybe some things you've done really goes out the window. But definitely, there must be something that's happening throughout the week. Must be something. Either watched a good movie, had an ice cream.
I did this here myself.
You did that hair.
Yes.
Now
That's
that is
a-
something you call personal. And basically, it looks really lovely. What are you doing this Saturday? Okay, I'm kidding. What else? What else do we have?
What else? So I've been here the whole week, and
Mhm.
I'm the hackathon team. I'm in the hackathon team, so yeah, I've been working. Nothing much in my personal life.
And so, but more than anyone here, I feel like you have exposure to more like the hackathon participants. Like most of them are Africans from different African countries. How's that experience like actually having to deal with people from different countries? How many of you guys can say the same thing, right? Like Beatty actually here has full exposure towards all those African students. How is that engagement going, by the way? Do you guys talk in any African languages? Do they actually speak like the stereotypes? Do they actually do that, or do they speak normally? What's happening?
So far, I've not encountered those pronunciations, but yeah, it's really nice to be interacting with the participants. Now we only have 32 teams, and we usually call them. We talk on the phones. We also text each other and things like that. So one experience I would say is I'm developing my skill, my hearing skill of the West African English
Oh.
pronunciation. It's a bit hard. yeah. It's actually nice.
Yeah, West Africans are a bit tough to understand. We have never mind. Okay, let's not go there. Okay, thank you so much, Beatty. Thanks for sharing your personal wins with us. Do we have any nominations or anybody who'd like to share something? If not, we can continue to the rest of the topics we have. So Emre is not here. Okay, where is Emre? Okay, maybe in that case we could go to the education updates initially, and then when he comes, we can go back to organizational updates. Oh, HR. Okay, definitely. Okay, after when Imre arrives, he'll be giving us the organizational updates. In the meantime, let's hear it from human resources. Ooh, right? HR. Okay, let's get it.
So it's always as harassment.
I mean, no
Not
point.
following me. You can stop that. Okay. We have last time plan was to update KPI package for education team. Because of the AIC situation, we stopped that planning goes to the core dev team, and we're still implementing or planning developing the employee handbook. Next plan is to update performance management core dev and start implementing for ERSA policy as A2SV general. So starting from Monday, we're going to implement ERSA policy generally in the A2SV. So you should start, or you will get a policy from your team leads. If you don't get the policy and overall, you have to ask your project lead, and they're going to share with the file. There are some changes regarding the ERSA policy, especially the giving the ERSA. So we have to focus on that.
Okay, someone must have joined. Never mind. Okay.
The other thing is, it have been almost 3 weeks since we start the new HR policy. So the major issue I've seen is most of our employees forget to check in on time. So when I try to communicate with them or check out, find out the reason, they told me that it's because they forget to check in on time. So that's the reason they would show up on the dashboard on time. So please, if you have this problem, forgetting the check-in, check-out on time, set up an alarm or put a notification on your Slack or keep note, sticky note, so you will not forget that. So make sure you do that. And if you have any question or anything, you will come.
Right. Well, guys, keep the message. So you guys don't really forget 12 p.m. Right? So that's lunchtime. So the same reason you guys don't forget that specific timing, please make sure to remember these important times for HR as well. So make sure to remember 9 a.m. in the morning, 12 p.m. when you guys check out, and then 2. Yes.
Right.
That's okay. Is that applicable? For example, if someone checks in at 9:30 in the morning and then they decide
No.
to check out at 12:30,
You have to be on
PM.
time in the morning. So in the afternoon, you might check in on the 12:30 p.m. So you may come back like 2:30. It's okay. If you went all the early or late, you can come back you can compensate and when you come back.
I have a question for you, Dave. So let's say someone actually have very important thing to handle at the moment, and they actually had to check out during lunchtime, let's say around 12:30 p.m. So, does that mean they're justified to actually take 30 minutes extra after 2 p.m. in the afternoon after lunchtime because they've been spending their time doing some important work? Let's say something haven't finalized, or they have to actually stay here for the internet, or there is some manual input they have to do for the next 30 minutes or so. So, is that somehow justified for them to actually come 30 minutes late because they sacrificed 30 minutes of their lunchtime?
It's happening now once or 2 times like a week or within 15 days. It's okay, but it's happening now and then. You have to approve from your team lead. So it's not a problem.
Okay. Any other questions, guys? With the heads up policy. So it's clear. Set up an alarm. Check in, check out. Yes, brother.
Someone didn't go out shopping and he checked in last week and check out at 12.
So if you forget to check out after 12, it will automatically turn off your check-in time. So you have to make sure you turn check out on time in the evening, like 6 p.m.
What was your question? Be clear about it. So
My question was if someone did not go out for lunch.
Okay.
will you working?
Does he have to check out and check in?
No,
That time?
you don't have to. He's stay in the office. It's okay. But the main thing is you have to make sure he checked out in the 6 p.m. in the evening.
The evening. Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much for the extensive updates and clarifications, Dave. If you guys have any other questions, please reach out to David. He will address all of the questions you guys have. So up next, let's have in-person education updates by Galila. Twice a day.
Hi guys. So for the wins of the week, we have continued with the project phase for Addis Ababa Astu and Adama Astu. We couldn't continue with the education for AIT since the students have been told to leave the dorms, and we'll just be continuing with the camp, and we will be ending the project phase here for AIT. But for the two Astus, we assessed and grade the students. We gave them the project ideas that were being reviewed by the product team, and the students have now started working on the project ideas. And also, we have been working product work for the past 2 days for the projects, and we will continue with the product work up until tomorrow, which is Saturday, since we still have classes on Saturdays. We have continued with the ACL preparations. The ACL was supposed to be held tomorrow, but since the hackathon finals have been pushed, we also decided to push the ACL, just so we have more time to prepare. And we have been preparing the questions, and also we have been working on the website for the ACL. We started reviewing students' resumes. This year, we thought it would be good for the students if the application process is started early. And now we have sent uh, a reminder for the students to start working on their resumes. We also have started the internal interview process. The eligibility criteria has been sent out to the students, and the students who are eligible will be having a contest, and also will be going through the internal interview process as a whole. We continued with the Camp 2 planning. Um, so we are preparing the lectures, and also we have prepared which sessions we're going to be giving for the Camp 2. And we also have been helping out the remote squad with G6 recruitment. And plans for the week. Um, we plan on continuing with the project phase for the two ASUS. We're going to start the development phase on Monday, and we will have our closing on Saturday. Uh, we plan to continue with the planning, the preparation for the ACL, and we also will be helping out the remote squad for G6 recruitments. And on Monday, we will have the internal interview contest, which is going to be the first one. And internal interview eligible students will be participating in this contest. And also after that, if they pass the contests, they will be having their interviews. This week, we plan on finishing the preparation for Camp 2. And we will also continue with reviewing students' resumes. And the last plan for the week will be starting dormitory process for Camp 2 for Adamas to students. Right? Any questions?
Okay, I have a question. So when you're talking about the second camp, so education season is about to start, obviously, in the coming September. So how is that going to work? Like as we all know, the camp is actually an all-day program. So is that not going to?
Uh, well, mostly the case is the normal class won't begin after until 3 weeks of the actual registration date. For example, for AIT, the registration date is September 17th. So we still have 3 weeks, and also the fourth week they won't really have that much classes, so it wouldn't really conflict with our schedule.
How far have they actually covered so far? Like the AIT one.
Um, what do you mean?
Like how far in are they in the camp before it got discontinued somehow? A week? 2
we
weeks?
haven't started the camp.
Oh,
We
okay.
were working on the project phase.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Gaia. Do we have any other questions? New person education.
Right.
No.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Up next, let's hear it from remote education, presented by Galata.
All right, everyone. So for remote education updates, for G5, for G6 actually, we have conducted second round of interview for G6 applicants, and we've used the in-person education. They were offering their help, and also the remote education for this. The other thing we did for G5 is we continued our normal G5 education by giving Beats lecture. And then the other thing that we did is we did the third round of CV and essay grading, and also we conducted the first round of interview grading. And another thing that we did is we updated our internal interview doc this week. So we are planning to finalize it this week because we were just following the same old way, which is like having contest and then internal interviews. But we plan to update that. Instead of contest, we're going to be having code signal challenge. And we needed to communicate with Jordanos about it. And we've got some updates from her today. So we're going to be integrating that. And next week, hopefully, we're going to be finalizing the internal interview doc. And we've already have, based on the previous update, we already have around 21 people who are eligible for the internal interview. And we're going to be kicking it off soon. Another thing is not a win, but we were planning to do the YouTube lecture series video, but due to some emergencies and urgent stuff, we could not conduct this. But we have moved it to next week, and we're going to be doing the YouTube lecture series video. And for G6, we were also planning to do the professor reach outs. The reason why we were planning to do this is to have lots of applicants, but we already have around 4,120 plus interested applicants from 50 different countries. So we decided to not go with this plan anymore because we're going to be focusing not on the interested applicants anymore. We're going to be shifting our focus into having more conversion when it comes to the application form and also focusing more on the interviews. So we're planning for Emre and different personnel in A2SV to do the professor reach out, but we're not going to be doing that because we've already met our goal. And for Dime, the plans are we're going to be, we have completed the GraphQL implementation for admin and super admin features. So this admin and super admin personnel are going to be having some specialized permissions, and they can manage the data and also edit it when they want. So this has been completed. And we've also done, it's like we've also done the iOS test flight. We've got the account and everything. The only thing that's left is the bundle ID. So once we get the bundle ID for the application, this feature is going to be completed as well. The other thing is, it's an ongoing process, but we've been doing the competitive market analysis. So this analysis is going to help us to understand what's going on in the financial sector when it comes to Ethiopia and also across different countries. So we've been doing this. So the plans that we have for next week are, one, we're going to be conducting the third round of interview for G6 applicants, and we already have conducted for about 100 plus applicants, and by next week only, we plan to conduct around 140 plus interviews. The other thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing the fourth round CV and essay grading, and also doing finishing up the piled up interview documents that we have by grading them. Another thing is we're going to be finalizing the internal interview doc for remote education students, for G5 students. And soon after that, we're going to be starting our internal interviews. And then we're going to also be continuing the normal G5 education. And we're also going to be working with the social media team in order to do the YouTube lecture series video on time and space complexity. And for Dime, we're going to be doing the product strategy research, meaning how are we going to deploy this project? How are we going to get it out to the market? How are we going to make people actually use the application and stuff like that? So that research is going to be done next week. And then we're also going to be continuing the backend integration for Dime. So do we have any question for remote education?
I have a question, Gaeta. Sorry if I missed the context for the professor reach outs on your previous updates or weekly in sessions, but what do they actually mean? What's professor
All right.
reach outs?
So professor reach outs is like, where, for example, if you remember hackathon, we were doing different reach outs, right? To different people in different countries. So we deemed that we have, there are some countries that we have lesser representation in the interested applicants, and we wanted more students from those countries. So we selected top universities from each country in Africa. And then we selected, we searched for their professors from those universities, like from top 5 universities, around 1 or 2 lecturers. So that makes it around at least 5 lecturers per country in Africa. So we collected those LinkedIn accounts and we populated it. But instead of us reaching out to them, we wanted someone who's got like power in it to do, and that way it wouldn't make the message like be more powerful. But we already have enough representation. Like we're only left with 4 countries because we already have 50 countries represented in the remote application. So we, instead of focusing on this, we discussed with Emre, and we are going to be focusing on the applicants who have already applied, and to pushing them to apply and to solve more problems. Because when you apply for remote education, it's like the process is different from the in-person. We send you 30 problems, and we expect you to solve around 20 of them in a matter of 3 weeks. So if you solve those 20 problems, we're going to be sending you another form called the application form. And then once you fill that out, we're going to grade your CV, and then we're going to proceed you to the interview. So now we're going to be focusing on like helping them solve the 20 problems that we sent them. So that's the context of the professor reach outs. Do we have any more questions?
No.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Okay. Yeah, up next we have community education updates. By ready? Ready.
Okay. Hey everyone, I'm going to give you the wins and plans for the community education. So first up is the community education. So we have continued our normal community education. Okay. So we have continued the community education as usual, and the next is finalizing the August conversion. So we are cooperating with the in-person education to have the August conversion, and I believe there's only 1 people who have been accepted to the in-person education. but we have sent both the acceptance and rejection emails. Yeah, and for the next is the community coordinators recruitment. So we have been collecting interested applicants for the community coordinator position from the G5 in-person educations. So we had about 45 applicants, and from those now we are down to 12 eligible for interviews, and we'll be conducting the interviews. Yeah, and next is the hackathon tasks. The first is executing the grand finale tasks. So we have been preparing for the grand finale, and there have been multiple tasks. It's a bit too long to list them out here. That's why we just said grand finale tasks. So we have been, for example, collecting the vendors for Expo. So for the Expo, we would be needing booths, TVs, and other necessary accessories for the setup. So we have been collecting vendors that would be providing this for us. That's one. We have been preparing event catalogs to list out the events, specific events on the grand finale for the jury members, for the mentors, and for the participants. That's also one thing. Yeah, and also we have been preparing a letter of invitation for esteemed guests. So we have not yet known the partners in the grand finale closing ceremony. So we haven't been able to send out the letters, but we have prepared the letter, and we are waiting for the collaborators in the closing ceremony. And as you may all have heard, the hackathon timeline have been updated. So the grand finale was supposed to be on September 21 to 26, but now it's going to be from October 12 to October 17th. And for this, there were multiple personas that we need to inform about it, and also multiple documents and materials that we need to update. So this is still in progress, but we have we'll be announcing the participants today at 5, and the advisors email has been sent. I guess the jury is on process. The jury announcement is on process, and we have announced it for the coordinators as well. So this is it. Yeah, and the next week we'll be having the user experience and deliverable feedback session. So since we have 2 more weeks in the semi-finals, we'll be having feedbacks on their products. So the user experience is we'll be giving the prototypes for in-person and remote education heads, and they will be reviewing it, fill out a form that we have prepared, and then we'll pass this feedback to the participants so that they can work on it. Yeah. And for the plans, as usual, we'll continue the community education. And also we are organizing 2 more community groups. So we'll be starting the education for them in the next week as well. So for the community coordinators, we will be conducting the interviews tomorrow and the day after tomorrow on the weekends. And after that, we aggregate the grading on Monday, and then hopefully onboard them next week. So also there is, as you may know, there is an investor panel for the grand finale, and we'll be collecting potential investors for that as well. Yeah, in the user experience in the deliverables feedback session, we'll be conducting them in the next week in collaboration with the UI UX, social media, and product. That's the wins and plans for the community education. If you have any questions. We were informed on. Oh, the reason, okay. The reason was there are events related to the AI Institute. There are events and conferences hosted by the AI Institute, so they cannot be partners with us on the older timeline. So on the September 21 to 26, there are another events, so they will not be part of our hack. That's why. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
I have a question or a thought.
Yes, up next we have Vanessa to give us communications updates.
All right, thank you, Dagan. So for communications, we did this week, we had some priorities from the hackathon, and then also some external videos as well. So hackathon mockup designs, we managed to finish this, the final drafts are done. So after we are having a second review, we will be ready to take in more feedback. And then for A2SV social media, what we did is We have covered the hackathon, which includes some mentors posts. We've covered the core dev as well as a part of A2SV, showcasing A2SV's incubation arm. And then we also have covered Escalate as well, and the twin reels. Look forward to more of that. We have a series of them coming up. And then also publishing Emirates newsletter. This should also be done today. That is why it's in green. And then also we have for Codev, we have worked on the animation videos where we feature different features, where we showcase different features or have a particular feature that we can focus on. And we are shipping this as well today. So if it's not shipped right now, we need to finalize. And then before end of day, we need to have this posted. And then also some external videos that we have been working on. This includes the Drogba invitation video. So it's almost done. The first draft has been reviewed. So we'll be finalizing this and submitting it so that it can be sent to him. And then also another priority video that we have is GSA, which we are also finalizing, which we need to have sent by tomorrow. Onto our plans, what we plan is for the hackathon, we want to finalize the semi-finalist videos. So we had finished and we're waiting for the demos, and the community education team said we can use the old demos. So we'll be finalizing this for next week. And then also we'll be doing some hackathon reviews for the semi-finalist deliverables, which include roll-up, banners, things like that. So we'll be doing it for the 29 teams, and then also focusing on working with the UX design team to also finalize this. And then also, as I mentioned, the Drogba video and the GSA should be finalized and sent out. And then obviously we're gonna showcase A2SV and market on social media. So we are planning some mid-series, some success story from the remote education team, and then also some hackathon promotions as well, which will include the mentors, A2SV answers, and then also the semi-finalist videos. And then last but not least, we'll also ongoing will be the Codev social media coverage. And next week, we want to also touch on some of their marketing plans for their launch and see how we can help in terms of marketing this towards the date. So those are the wins and plans for social media team. Any questions? Yes.
So I hate to say that the Drogba video is almost complete, right? So have you guys considered
On the video? Yes, actually, that's one of the things that's making it stretch a bit, because we shouted September and now we need to do October. So you guys need to shout again.
Yeah, but this time around, the generator will be around with the rest of the stuff. But as we have everybody here now, we might actually need to do it today. During, after the conclusive remarks, while we have everybody. No, there won't be recording. It's just going to be audio. We'll just be fixing the audio. We shouted September. Now we'll be saying October, right? You'll be coming. We're going to put multiple microphones around you guys, and on 3 we will be shouting out the exact dates. Or we can just say October, just October. But yeah, we will do that after the session ends.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Thank you for raising that one.
All right, no questions. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Vanessa, for the updates. Cool. Now that we have Emre, maybe we can go back to the organizational updates. But before we jump there, I've heard Brian, you've had multiple questions for the different departments, including community education and remote education, I believe. Brian, you can share the questions now.
Hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Great. Yeah. So I posted it in the chat, but it's just around creating a free ticket for ATLS for students or members of the tech community. And in order for them to get access to this free ticket, we want them to potentially join the community. So just want to figure out like if that's possible, if we wanted to set up like a discount code that they received upon joining, or just by joining their email was like registered on the back end so that they could get their free ticket. So we can talk offline, but yeah, I just wanted to think through that idea a little bit.
All right. Okay. Thank you for raising that up, Brian. Okay. Cool. In that case, let's go let's go back and get the organizational updates from Emre. Emre, please join us on the stage.
Thank you very much, Tagim. And team, sorry for the delay. So we were about to purchase the flight ticket of our Ghana head of education, Mati. For some reason, there was an issue in the website. We talked with the bank. It looks like the issue is the website. So we'll talk with the website, but it took some time. So when we take a look at the organizational updates, it looks like there was a busy agenda, guys. There are many items apparently. So the call for partners from MasterCard Foundation, they are looking for partners in the sub-Saharan Africa to collaborate with. Therefore, they can provide some education for the industry and create job opportunities. So this is actually very good because, as you know, MasterCard Foundation is one of our target organizations to collaborate with. And with this call, they are looking for operations that we are running. However, they are also looking for organizations that are established in Ethiopia. Therefore, for us to engage with them, we need other partners. And in that regard, we also brought other partners to the table. This call will be joined by some people from Artificial Intelligence Institute, Ministry of Innovation and Technology, and AS2 and AAIT. So hopefully this will be moving things in the right direction. As you know, we also had some meetings with the local office here. But since there is a management change coming in a few months, that's why like they are hesitant to make big calls at the moment. But definitely things are moving in the right direction. So it was a busy week. Even if this was on our agenda, we couldn't finalize the Prime Minister office proposal. Hopefully we'll be doing this over the weekend and early next week. And in terms of ATLS, and how many people know what ATLS stands for? Can we see hands? Okay, we need to increase that ratio, guys. ATLS stands for African Tech Leadership Summit. And we are going to bring together technologists, innovators, philanthropists, investors, and policymakers, which are touching tech somehow. And this event is going to be jointly organized with the organizations I mentioned earlier, same group for the MasterCard Foundation. And our hackathon finals are going to take place as part of ATLS. So this is going to be something bigger than hackathon, and the timelines are going to be overlapping. So October 12th to October 17th, big week, guys. We are starting with Saturday, and then it will go, I think, until Thursday. And at the end, we are going to finish with the trip. But that's a big week. Definitely mark your calendars after Irecha. There will be some fun. So next, LinkedIn partnership meeting. So this was initiated by one of the, how do they call, assistants in a Discoder. So Matthew, he works for LinkedIn, he's Habesha, and he found the right people in the organization. This can actually turn into something great. They are going to add A2SV to their corporate matching program. So whenever somebody from LinkedIn is making donations to A2SV, LinkedIn is going to match it. So if, let's say, the employees decide to donate $10,000, it is going to be $20,000 for A2SV. This is really nice. And on top of that, they also connect us with university recruiting so that we can form internship and new grad talent partnerships. So things are definitely moving in the right direction. I don't know if Matthew is going to hear me, but kudos to him. So he actually said this all by himself. Thank you very much. Next, so we get JCI award panel yesterday. So I think JCI stands for Joint Chamber. I forgot the I. So it's an international organization that has been around more than 100 years. And over the world, they support innovators. They support people that are driving social change. And a friend of mine has affiliation with that organization. And he was kind enough to show me as a candidate to top 10 like Turkish people who are successful. And my nomination is in the area of contributing to humanity. So the panel went really well. I hope that this is going to go through the finals of Turkey, and then there will be European, and then there will be the worldwide selections. So it takes time. I think right now this is pacing for November 2025. So if things go well and if we pass through different stages, at that time there will be 5 days event somewhere, and I may be going. We will see. And next, so we get two heads of fundraising, and they are amazing people. Say hi to them. They are available on Slack, Mark and Jessica. So both are located in United States, and they will be helping us to find more money so that we can sustain our operations. And I guess probably almost everybody have seen Jordanos is here with us. Not at the moment, she had to leave early, but she's going to be around until September 16th. And she's our head of talent and partnerships. I think everybody has something to share with her, like show her our hospitality, right? Collaborate with her. Definitely benefit as much as you can. She is very well educated. She has amazing communication skills. Stanford alumni. We also work together at Liftoff. So definitely it's a good time to collaborate with more experienced people and learn from their experience. Next, again, maybe you may have remembered, right? We had the shootings for TRT World. So TRT stands for Turkish Radio Television, guys. So this is the largest media corporation in the country, and it's owned by government. So TRT World is covering things in English, and it's a worldwide news channel. So it's like Al Jazeera, BBC, CNN, but think of it as the Turkish version. And they are going to cover this hopefully in the next few weeks. I will keep you guys posted. And there is one more good news. So they actually liked our program a lot, and they are working with some other organizations too. So Henok and I forgot the other guy's name, but they both mentioned that they are going to pitch this to Associated Press, BBC, Al Jazeera, like the other networks that they are working with. But they have to do separate recordings for them. It means we may see them coming back and us shooting some videos again in the near future. But this is definitely great news for us because, as you know, we have great operations, but we don't have a lot of visibility. So when people hear about A2SV, they are shocked in a good way, you know, and they are like, hey, how come we didn't hear about this before? And this is changing thanks to such kind of efforts. Next, today, again, you may have seen Wondwason, who is the president of Ethiopian Outsourcing Association. He's a very smart guy, like he has seen great potential in our projects. And the good thing about this visit, we will have a chance to collaborate with some of the Ethiopian outsourcing companies, and they already have customers. And they are struggling finding high quality talent. And we have the high quality talent, and we are struggling finding opportunities. I guess everybody can see the win-win situation here, right? And we are going to sign an MOU, and we will be connecting with other members of the organization. Escalate is also going to become one of the members. So we hope that this is also going to bring more opportunities to our students and alumni. Next, when we take a look at the follow-ups and reach outs this week. So today I had a nice call with Olaf from GIZ. So what we do does not directly intersect with his project. However, he's going to get the concept note from us and get it connected with people who may be interested in helping us. Amy Grace, she is from Be Generous. And Be Generous is a company that is providing financing solutions for nonprofit organizations. Why is this important? Because as you know, currently we are financially struggling. So until we get the next funding, Be Generous can be our way to keep things sustainable. So we can actually get a loan from them, and when we find the resources, we can pay back. So the conversation went well. There are a few documents that we need to complete before being eligible. And in the next few weeks, we are going to do that. And if needed, this can actually give us some lifeline. We will see. Next, meeting with Paulina. So she is collaborating with a nonprofit that is going to run a hackathon for the Bay Area high school students. So they got some insights. And in the meeting, there was another lady, Chinara. So Chinara is graduated from London School of Economics, and she is currently working as a partner for a VP. And she was super impressed with what we do. So she wants to become a manager for our projects. So over the weekend, we are going to have a call to discuss the details. And the next, Ipshita. So we got introduced to Ipshita by Ori. And like she has relevant skills, but she's interested in an engagement that is paid. And we don't have the money at the moment. So we press the snooze button. We will reconnect in the future. Muspa, he's a Habesha guy working for a family office in Abu Dhabi. And unfortunately, their family is not interested in tech education. They are interested in education of kids. So there was no move forward at the moment, but we will stay in touch for the future. Tecumate meeting is going to start at 5 p.m. It is rescheduled, so in 15 minutes I will be going, guys, going to the corridor, not far. And she has experience in recruiting. She has worked at Microsoft for many years. I'm not sure whether she's still she's at Microsoft or not, but she has been placing many African developers in the past. So we are going to talk with her in terms of providing opportunities for our alumni and students. And I had a meeting with Emre. Yes, another Emre. So not surprisingly, he's a Turkish guy living in the United States. So they do something similar to A2SV, and then they pivoted. So right now they collaborate with Web 3.0 companies, mostly blockchain organizations. So they provide a training and then they do projects together in that domain. So what is the opportunity for A2SV? Well, this can be the beginning of our blockchain track. So some of our interested members can go get the education, and after that they will be placed to projects. So there will be application and job opportunities as well. So the initial call went great, and we are going to follow up after they flesh out details on their end. And next, Jason. So we had the meeting last week, but we didn't add it to the update, so we wanted to mention this week. So we are following up with Jason. He is the co-lead of Google Ghana office. He is also residing in Mountain View, I believe level 8 engineer at Google, high level. And he's directly reporting to Yossi, who is the global research head at Google now. So they are looking for new engineers. They said, hey, Emre, do you have talent? I'm like, of course, we do have plenty of talent. At the same time, if you remember, we have that remaining $1 million budget. So tits for tats. So he's going to talk to Yossi. Nothing is confirmed, but this is actually very good news. Because guys, given circumstances like Google, they have already done this, right? They have helped us. They they sponsored our cause. So now that they have the need, this may be a good time to reinitiate the conversations. And hopefully this can give us a lifeline. We will see how the conversations are going to go. And thank you very much to Henok and other contributors who put together the list of ready candidates. So we are going to pass it, and we will keep the team posted regarding the next steps. So when we take a look at the plans for the next week we really want to finalize the Prime Minister Office proposal. So this has been waiting for a while, but the document is getting improved, team. So since it's a big proposal, it requires some time, and plus our calendar is very defragmented. It's not like we dedicated 20 hours and it didn't finish. But hopefully next week we will be able to dedicate the time that's needed and finalize this. So 2 meetings on the calendar at the moment, hopefully more to come. Usually that's what happens, when we have the conversations in the early days of the week and weekend, the slots that are available for external meetings, they fill up. So I expect to have more than 2 meetings. On Monday, we are going to visit IT Park. There are multiple dimensions that we can collaborate with them. So Jordanos is going to meet with Fekede. Our head of partnerships is going to meet with their head of partnerships. And we will see what kind of opportunities are out there, including getting an office space from there, collaborating for some outsourcing opportunities, as well as connecting them with some of the partners that we are already connected, that they can also interact with. So after that, since it's very convenient, we will also go to ASTU, and we will visit the team. Next, Google follow-up. So basically, we are going to send the email. Most probably, this is going to turn into another follow-up meeting. I'm not sure if the meeting is going to take place next week. It may take a little more time, but we will do our follow-up. And MasterCard Foundation Partners Call. So this first one, call for partners. They want to provide more information to potential partners. And Jordanos is actually setting up the call, and the call is going to be attended by the other partners as well. So still confirmed, the AIT confirmed, the Artificial Intelligence Institute confirmed, as well as Mint confirmed. Let's see what's going to come out. Drogba video, I think social media already mentioned, we will be making our official reach out. And hopefully this year is the year. And we really want the legend to come here, visit us, inspire us. We are going to meet engineer Vorko, who is the head of Ethiopian Artificial Intelligence Institute. This meeting is going to help us to flesh out the remaining details for ATLS and hackathon finals. Since they are a big stakeholder, we are going to do things in collaboration. And obviously, we are going to continue our funding special forces efforts. This is what's coming next week for the organization team. Any questions, any points you want to raise? Remote people? Nothing? All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the extensive updates.